Alright guys, how is it going? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club, and I want to give you a quick update about Bitcoin in our crypto trading, in our crypto show. Live updates about the cryptocurrency markets and what's happening in the world of crypto, and specifically some analysis on the Bitcoin charts, what we are seeing, the short-term moves for Bitcoin and what we are seeing for more longer-term prices for Bitcoin, how excited the Bitcoin market is right now or not. So what we're seeing right now is several weeks of bullish momentum that we are gaining in Bitcoin, and right now we are at a point where I believe a slight correction is going to happen to the downside, but overall we are on a bull trend right now, even with a slight correction that can happen for Bitcoin in the short term. We are still heading towards higher highs on the Bitcoin daily charts and weekly charts. I mean, there are going to be fluctuations. Here's what you need to understand right here. This is a weekly chart for Bitcoin. We're seeing some similar patterns as it happened back in 2014 and 2015. When the bull market has started in mid-2015, we have seen that the 200-day moving averages, if we are going to turn that on, that indicator, we touched it a couple times, and right back here at this point on February 2019, when we reached 3,100, I mean mid-December 2018, when we reached $3,100, we touched for the first time the 200 moving averages at this point, but only the first time we have touched that. Okay, in the bull markets when it started back in 2015, we had a couple times that it touched the 200 moving averages. This indicator right there, moving average, I'll show you guys. So 1 second, I'll pull this out right here. This of course the holy grail of I'll get rid of this one and this one. Okay, right there, the moving average, let's make it 200. Okay, you can see right there that it touched the at this point the 200 moving averages. This on the weekly time frame. Now in the last bull market that started in 2015, it touched a couple times. Okay, so we might see another pullback overall on the bigger side of things before we see the big jump, the big momentum that we all been waiting for, for Bitcoin to reach the previous all-time high and beyond the $20,000 level. Another indicator that is called the NVT. This one, signal network value to transactions. If we are going to see it on the daily time frame, you can see that it coincided, like in the last November 2018, it was on a very high note, and then we dropped it pretty significantly from $6,000 to $3,000, and we are approaching those levels again, and we potentially might see again a drop over here. Also, the RSI is over bought right now, as you can see. There was way overbought right here. We came back to this level, which is a little bit below the 70 point. We are right now at 67 point, but still, the RSI doesn't tend to stay for long, at this point at 70. Usually it drops below that. So we might see, I believe, that's what's happened, right? We've been doing higher highs. We're trending in this upward supporting trend line over here, and we had this huge candle of $1,000 plus for Bitcoin, and then we got a little bit up and up, and then we got rejected out of the zone, and we are kind of coasting along in this area, and the momentum, the steam is a little bit getting weaker right now. Okay, so it will not surprise me if we'll see a little bit of pullback for Bitcoin at this point, you know, maybe somewhere around this area, 4,700 and 4,600, before it's going to go to the next zone. So this is what we are currently seeing with Bitcoin on the charts. Now, regarding the larger news, what I'm seeing is, first of all, the longer term perspective. Cesaris, this guy who started Zappo back in the day, Wences Cesaris, his name. He's saying that one Bitcoin could exceed $1 million in 7 to 10 years. Now, think about that. You know, we are just in the beginning stages still. Like in the last 10 years, we have not hit the masses for Bitcoin. And he has been seeing an interesting phenomenon that the overall price, the overall worth of the entire Bitcoin network fluctuates around $7,000 multiplied by how many people own Bitcoin. So if the constant maintains, if this holds true, and 3 billion people ever own Bitcoin, that will be worth about $21 trillion or $1 million per Bitcoin, which is, we are far from it right now, but you know, still 3 billion people is less than half of the population of the world. And with things like the Samsung is launching phones with Bitcoin wallets right built into him, the adoption is going, like, is increasing at a fast rate. And it will not surprise me if 3 billion people will start using Bitcoin in the next 7 years. So we're definitely, it definitely can happen. And you know, this phenomenon of Bitcoin is still in the early phases. Now, interesting to note also, Tom's Lee created this Bitcoin misery index, and it hits the highest value since 2016. Like it basically shows the sentiment, the market sentiment, from 0, which is total misery, to 100, which is total positive sentiment. You know, and anything above 67 is a sell signal, as you can see, and below 27 is a buy signal. So right at the 2nd of April 2019, the index hit about 89, which is the highest reading since June 2016. And this also corresponds with the beginning of bull markets as well. Okay, BMI greater than 67 only happen in bull markets. So we are getting a close pattern to what we've been seeing back in mid 2015, 2016, when the bull market has started, and then we had this massive growth in 2017. So maybe we'll see a huge growth in 2020 in a similar way, or 2021, right? We are looking at macro trends here, okay? And the macro trends are very positive for Bitcoin. Even the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they are launching their own private blockchain-based crypto. So they call it the learning coin, which is pretty amazing. They are trying to learn about the Bitcoin technology and the blockchain and the use of blockchain. You know, so the world is heading into this direction, guys, where basically the big banks are watching, you know, the big monetary institution, they're watching Bitcoin, they're watching crypto. They know it is the future, and you know, it's just a matter of time until mass adoption will happen, and we'll see Bitcoin and crypto at every corner, at every place on earth, because it's just, you know, it's just so much more convenient than what we used to have. We're still having the different paper money, and maybe the Bitcoin will grow onto, you know, maybe it will not disappear altogether. The whole currencies, like different currencies like euros and dollars and stuff like that. But it's going to be interesting to see what will happen in the next 10 years. So as of right now, you know, if you are holding a portion of your Bitcoin, just make sure if you're a holder for the long term, you can keep it. If you're a trader, you can trade it for USD Tether maybe, or True USD, or other stable coins, and kind of take a look at the graphs on a daily basis and see what's going on. We are right now at the higher phases of the RSI. We did get rejected out of the $45,400 and headed slightly towards that, but we might see another drop for Bitcoin. It would not surprise me at all, but overall the trend, the macro trend, the weekly trend is definitely upwards. If we're looking at a more higher time frames, as you can see, you know, we are definitely on the right track on the longer term perspectives. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day and a great week. We have a lot of cool trainings coming for you this week, and I'm very excited for them. And you know, we are here to help you and support you in any way possible, to help you become a crypto millionaire and to reach your financial goals with crypto, with Bitcoin, and the exciting crypto projects that are in the space available to all of us. Okay, so I'll see you guys very, very soon.